And I'm like, what was that?
Kurt's like, bro, oh my gosh, it broke off in your butt.
And I'm like, oh, don't tell me that, bro.
What up? Okay, I don't need testosterone because I already have enough. I produce enough, okay? Just being 100. Now, I'm not against it. I'm not for it. I know why people do it. I understand. This is my subjective experience, but guys and gals, I'm just letting you know, if you struggle like I do and you balance between going to the gym and getting in shape and exercising, and then, oh man, I'm back on the bottle drinking alcohol, and oh shit, I'm sniffing painkillers, or I'm shooting heroin again. Oh man, my body's getting skinny and I'm insecure. Look, I need to go back into the gym and get back in shape. That'll help me. Going to the gym will keep me from using drugs. Well, I'm here to tell you that didn't work for me because I kept trying to go back, but I couldn't go back naturally because I wasn't motivated. Today, I don't need that. I'm not insecure. I'm content. It's just human of me to be the way I am. I shared the inside of my mind on the CG Kid video, and it's an ugly place to be, so I know it's a difficult video to swallow. Hope you guys enjoy this one. Just letting you know that you can get off, and it's worth not having to have something to be happy. Love y'all. Big D. Don't forget to join my Discord so you guys can get the support from all my friends in there. I'm going to share with you guys some stories I did not share on CG Kid's channel. Also, I'm going to drop a few pictures to show you guys along the process. I was looking for pictures to show you when I was in the peak of my, I guess you call cycle, that I was doing with the pro hormones. I was taking testosterone and stuff like that, and I'll show you pictures of that just to give you examples of where I was at and what might have made me do it. But there were a lot of side effects that I experienced, and even to this day, I've got gynecomastia, okay? It's just a fact. So the bottom line is I'm not encouraging this in any way. You need to seek a medical professional, and that is the route. If you're ever gonna do stuff like this, you should always go. I say that with anybody, even in addiction. Well, should I take kratom? Should I take Suboxone? Should I take methadone? You should speak to a doctor, because I don't know your body. I don't know what your genetics are. I don't know what you're allergic to. I don't know what can and cannot happen. Please go to a medical professional. Covers my ass. It covers your ass. What do I do, man? What do I do? So I dropped a video on CG Kid's channel, and some of it's like brutal honesty of what was going on in my head, and I'm just being real with you. So I wanted to do this follow-up on my channel so you guys understand where I was coming from. I was struggling in my mind. The best way I could describe it, I was trying to portray this without seeming like some crazy egotistical asshole, but the animal kingdom, you know, I really felt like an animal. I felt like I had lost control of a lot of the things I usually mentally would have control over. And one of those things is like even anger, looking at women, you know, that natural tendency to be attracted and want to pursue another woman. You see dogs, you know, they go in heat, they have no control, like they just go. I felt like that. Kind of like there was that tendency. On top of that, there was that, like, I am the king of the jungle. I am the pack leader. I am going to conquer. I am going to win. I promise you this and that. You know, like there was this huge alpha strength type mode, and it took over and kind of consumed my mind. I wasn't a bad guy to bump into. A lot of people loved me. They really enjoyed me. But what was going on in my head, what I thought in my head is what I explained in that video. And that's where a lot of people go, dude, I can't keep up with this. This is a lot. This is too much. It's cringeworthy and stuff. So it's tough. But I wanted to share some stories with you that I didn't get to say, or they weren't on his video. Rightfully so. Some of them are probably a little intense. The first one is when I first ever got introduced to any of it and never even seen a vial of testosterone. Pro hormones, testosterone, anabolic steroids, whatever you want to call it. Okay, because there's a variety of things. If you say a steroid, what do you mean? You talking about an inhaler for asthma? No, that's not what we're talking about. I'm talking about growth hormones for people who are trying to get big in the gym, and you have HGH and you have testosterone, so you have things like that, but I was putting in an artificial testosterone and my body stopped naturally producing it. This stuff was what I was putting in me to grow. Now, to the story. We were house sitting for these Ranger military guys that probably were juicing, but it said for animal use only. He had this big, massive, it was a giant dog, and I I don't know if he was using it for the dog or if he was putting it in himself. I don't know. I don't care. The bottom line is there was a syringe, there was the juice, and here we are. And my buddy found this. And he's like, hey, bro, stick me. I want to be strong. I want to be big. Okay, I'll stick you. And I'm like, truly didn't want to say, but I was scared of hurting him because I've never actually poked somebody with a syringe. And so he's like, on 3. And I'm like, okay, 1, 2, 3. And I go to do it, but I'm like this far away. So I throw it at him, like 3. And it hits his butt cheek and it dangles like a, I don't know how to describe it, but it's like a dart dangling out of his butt. And he's like, what'd you do? Why didn't you poke it all the way in? And I'm like, I don't know how. So it's the first time I ever did it. It was kind of funny because he's screaming and there's this dang thing hanging out of his butt.
I don't know why, but this was funny.
My friend called me. I thought it was so funny. I had to mention it. He called me up. He had I guess a cycle he got, and he asked me to come help him stick him. You know, I said, all right. He's at a house party. All these girls are sitting here along the wall, and he thinks it's cool for some reason. Like, everybody watch me. I can't wait for you guys to see me put a needle in my butt. So I go over there, I got my medical gloves, and up, you draw your cross, upper right hand glute or the left. I go to the upper right, I say on 3, 1, bam, got him. And when I did, it was such a long one that it hurt so bad, and I caught him off guard that he
Jumps forward, and he comes back, and then he came back forward, and then he came back forward again.
3 times this dude, I go all the way in, he jerks forward, comes back, jabbed again, comes back, jabs again. 3 lines of blood running down his butt because he didn't sit still. Anyway, I'm not going to go into too much detail, but that was one example. I kind of thought, holy crap, this is crazy. Why am I doing this? You know what I mean? Last but not least, I'm going to drop it on this one because this was my own first time I ever did steroids. The first time ever. It was testosterone and anthate. Number 1, it wasn't in one of the 10 ml vials. It was in those snap the top glass vials, and I had 10 of those vials. Well, I went to go to I was in Bagram, Afghanistan. Mind you, I'm in a war zone over here in the Middle East. I mean, my brother found some there. All right, I threw him under the bus. Nah, but me and Kurt, man, we've always been tight. He's my blood, and he always will be, no matter what. Nothing will ever separate us. Kurt gets the hookup from some guy, and then we go to get the hookup from some guy, I leave unnamed, who's on the Special Forces base that's within the Bagram, Afghanistan base. And this medic hooks me up with medical supplies so that I'm able to do my cycle. And Kurt goes to do this, and he preps it, gets everything right, and I'm leaning. I've got my butt up against the table, my knees against the table, and he's like, all right, you ready? 1, on 3, I'm in. And he goes, 1, bam, he jabbed me. So this is the first time I've ever actually had testosterone, pro-hormone, this is a anabolic steroid being injected into me. I'm freaking out. I don't like needles anyway. I'm already like, hurry up, bro, hurry up. I don't like this, hurry up. And Kurt's like, I'm trying, it's such a small one. And he's pushing, and all of a sudden I hear,
and I'm like, what was that? Kurt's like,
Bro, oh my gosh, it broke off in your butt.
and I'm like, don't tell me that, bro.
and I'm just telling you what was in my mind. I know that's a little too much for some people, but I was freaking out, and I was like, you know what? I was just praying prior to doing this because I was scared, and I was saying to myself, there's no way. I knew I shouldn't have. And I'm talking to God, I'm like, I knew I shouldn't have. This was dangerous. Why did I do this? Long story short, I'm wobbling all the way to that camp that I got the medical supplies to go see the medic, interrupt him in the middle of some important mission topic he's discussing with other military guys. He says, hey, come in here, Lambert. What's wrong? I said, it broke inside of me. what? Lay on the table. He looks at me and he checks. He goes, there's nothing there. And I'm like, it's gotta be, it broke, it wasn't there. He goes, you dumbass. I gave you retractable syringes for a reason. They're safety syringes. Once you push them all the way in, they extract into the syringe. I went, holy crap. I thought it broke because I heard a click. All that was it retracted back inside of the cylinder. So I walked all the way from where I got this, and it's like a mile of wobbling, and I just got to walk back all the way normal. The soldiers who saw me pass on the way to the medical office asked me what was wrong originally, and I was like, I'm hurt. When I was coming back, I was walking normal, and they're like, you still hurt? No, I'm not. I was freaking out, though. I didn't know what to think. And I wish I had pictures of me at my max to show you guys what I looked like, but some of these images you're going to see are actually me doing the over-the-counter stuff, and there was a lot of results. But that depression, man, I never successfully was able to do strong, hard pro-hormones and not shift to go back to alcohol or go back to painkillers. This has always been a cycle for me. And I always looked at the testosterone, the pro-hormones, the over-the-counter pro-hormones that were getting taken off the shelf after 9 months when the FDA found out stuff was in them. I never looked at those negatively in many ways, even though they were. And one of the biggest issues was that depression coming down. I have side effects, gynecomastia, and also the kind of the womanizer thing. I mean, I'm an alpha male already, so you can only imagine what was in my mind when the aggression and adrenaline and the pump and that testosterone levels rose big time. Hope you guys liked it. Go show love over at CG Kid's channel. He plugged the original video, and leave a nice comment. Show me some love, and I appreciate you guys sticking around. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll see y'all next time. Big D, Derek Lambert.